Today's video is sponsored by TradeSkinsFast.com. This website offers safe and automated CSGO skin trading, and it's a great and fast way to trade your items. If you are sitting on a big number of skins and can't find anyone to trade them for a knife, be sure to check them out. You can find the link to the website in the video description. Hello guys, it's Phil again, and today I want to investigate a bug or glitch that has been around in CSGO for a long time now. Most of you have probably seen it in clips showcased on DE Cache. If you hit a player standing in front of a door with a grenade, the grenade will not only fly through the player, but also through the closed door behind him, which would not happen if you didn't hit the player first. Now this particular example with the door in DE Cache became very popular on Reddit about a year ago, and I was pretty sure this has been patched at some point as it didn't work anymore for a few months, but you are able to perform this glitch for at least 6 months now again on all sorts of competitive maps. I was very interested in this and wanted to figure out how, why and when this would happen, and spent the last few days playing around on the competitive maps, and today I want to share my knowledge with you. So my first guess was that this might have something to do with how thin these doors are, and that this might actually be pretty similar to the Zeus the wall glitch that I made a video about a while ago, where you'd be able to Zeus someone standing behind a wall if the player model is clipping into the wall to some extent. To test this, I made a small custom map in the hammer editor again, and placed a number of bots in front of very thin walls. I also made sure to test all different material types in the game to see if there are any differences. To my surprise though, not a single grenade made its way through the wall behind the bots, even though they were standing right in front of the wall, and the walls themselves weren't any thicker than the doors on the competitive maps with a thickness of only 2 units. So I could already say that this glitch has nothing to do with the thickness of a wall or object, so I had to come up with another idea. Since it's not the thickness of the wall that's causing this glitch to happen, it might perhaps be the door itself, since the only difference from a door to any other object in a competitive map is the functionality of the door and that you can use it to open and close again. So my next step was to set up a number of doors in my map. The first one you see right here is basically just a normal wooden block. This one next to it is the same block which I made a func door rotating, which basically allows you to make a standard block usable like a door. Besides that is a static prop that's not usable. Then we have a prop door rotating, which is of course usable, and then last but not least we have a prop dynamic, which is also just there for the looks. At this point my assumption was that the glitch would probably only work on these 2 doors, since these are the ones that are actually usable. To my surprise though, the decoy did not pass through the func door rotating, while it did pass through the prop door rotating as expected, but it also passed through the prop dynamic door in the end, even though it was not a usable prop in my map right here. So that had to mean that it's also not the functionality of a door that allows this glitch to happen, which left me stranded for a bit. I went on by looking at the competitive maps in the hammer editor to figure out if I could find some hints in those professionally made maps. I basically came to the conclusion that the Valve mappers used the same settings as I did for my prop door rotating, and I can basically confirm that this glitch will work on any prop door rotating in the game as of just now. Another interesting find I made though is that this will not only work on doors, but also on the vent in Nuke, which is also pretty game breaking. If you'd want to throw a nade down the vent on Nuke, the grenade would normally destroy the vent through its impact damage. However, you can toss any sort of grenade down vents if you only hit a player first. As you probably know, the vent on Nuke is another usable prop that you can open and close just like doors, so once again at this point I thought I had the answer. Perhaps this glitch will only work on usable props like these doors and vents that you can use by pressing your use key on the keyboard. This was a very promising theory at first, as I went on to test this on Mirage and Cache as well, where you have other destroyable vents and iron sheets which are non-usable though, and the glitch actually will not work on these 2. However, I had to scrap that theory once again as I went on to try it on the metal sheets on Cobblestone, where the decoy grenade all of a sudden would pass through the sheets again. Now even though the metal sheets on Cobblestone are identical to the ones on Mirage when it comes to the looks, there's one major difference that you might have noticed before. You can actually shoot through these gaps in the metal sheets on Cobblestone, whereas on Mirage you cannot, as any bullet shot through these gaps will destroy the metal sheets. The reason for that is an invisible func breakable block that fills out the whole window in the wall on Mirage, which is also going to be triggered when a grenade hits it, whereas on Cobble you simply have the breakable prop on its own. I spent some more time in the hammer editor to find similarities and eventually finally found the answer. While browsing through the models tab in the hammer editor, I realized that all props where this glitch would work had a tick next to physics. I went back to my custom map and checked the 3 prop doors that I placed, and those finally confirmed my theory. The prop static door which I placed first, which didn't let the decoy pass through, is not a physics prop that's gonna interact with players, damage or explosions, whereas the other 2 doors are open to physics. This also explains why this glitch will not work with the stationary static props that you find all around the competitive maps, as those are simply prop statics which don't have the tick next to the physics window. So it seems like props that are open to receiving physics don't act like a solid object for grenades if a player has been hit first. During all of our testing, we also found out that the player being hit doesn't necessarily have to stand right in front of the door. This is not needed for this glitch to work, as you can see in this clip right here. With that knowledge, we could think of a number of various strategies where this could be abused quite a bit. Not only does this allow players to throw some very sick pop flashes through doors like these on cache or overpass that you can see right now, but it could also be abused to burn players with incendiary grenades and molotovs in normally safe locations as these examples show right now. And if that's not bad enough already, we also found an even stronger glitch where the grenade would simply pass through the door as if it was not even there when the player that's supposed to be hit is standing at a 55-degree angle to the door and the player throwing the grenade. It seems like the grenade roughly clips the player's head, so the game thinks that the grenade actually did hit something, while in reality it didn't, hence it simply flies straight through the door. If you spend a lot of time on this, you could really come up with a bunch of very nice smoke grenades and molotovs on cache and nuke, for example. These are just two examples right here that we could think of.
Könntest halt theoretisch auch einfach Yellow,
ne?
Könntest auch einfach Yellow Molotov oder so.
Oh mein Gott!
Alter, das ist ultra easy.
Machen wir nochmal.
That's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and Valve, please fix.